We've got a huge issue with plastic at the moment, and if we don't sort it, there's going to be more plastic than fish in the sea. So we really need to think about all of the items that we throw away. So of all the plastic that we produce, about 40% of it is thrown away after its first use. And we can't afford to keep throwing that amount of plastic away all the time. I'm Chester and District Friends of the Earth Group Coordinator. So one of our local campaigns at the moment is Plastic Free Chester. We started really with Straw Free Chester. So the aim was to talk to businesses about thinking differently about straws, so taking them off display, then going to paper straws was our preference. And then we did that really well. We've done that within a few months. So we've moved on to Plastic Free Chester. So we've now got to find 30 businesses that can give up 3 different types of plastic, either for alternatives or just give them up altogether. My hopes for the future, I wanted to be at Chester to be the first plastic free city, and we've been beat to that by a tiny place down in Cornwall. But I think we can still be the first major city to get plastic free status, and I think that would really put us on the map to say that Chester is a place that cares about the environment and cares about its plastic pollution. So we're not a coastal place, so we've no beaches like many other places down in Cornwall, but we still know that lots of our parks and our areas have a real issue with plastic, and from the litter picks we've been doing, it's really obvious that there's a real litter issue around the plastic as well. I think sort of from starting it in last November for Straw Free Chester to hit the number of businesses we wanted to do by March of this year, and then to be working towards Plastic Free Chester, and we're around about halfway so far. Most of us, we're all volunteers, most of us work full time, so it's a real big ask to be able to commit enough hours of the day to sort this. But I'd love us to be able to say that we're Plastic Free Chester by the end of the summer, before the children go back to school in September. So that's my ultimate aim now, is to get those other 15 businesses on board to say they're going to give up enough single-use plastic to really reach our goal.
Started off with Straw Free Chester, and this was a campaign to make sure that Chester was the first city in the UK to stop using plastic drinking straws, and it was so successful that within a few months we'd achieved it. So then we decided to go one step further and go for Plastic Free Chester, because we're all very much aware of the problems of plastic waste and the amount of single-use plastic which we use potentially unnecessarily, and we just wanted to make sure that Chester was one of the cities which was leading the way in reducing the amount of single-use plastics that is used every day in the city. We are using so much plastic every single day throughout the UK and throughout the world. And the problem is with this plastic is it has fantastic benefits. Much of the plastic that we use has fantastic benefits, but a lot of it is unnecessary, and the problem is with plastic is it doesn't break down. It can break up into smaller and smaller pieces, but it doesn't break down. It doesn't decompose like paper or cardboard, so it means that we're building up and accumulating phenomenal amounts of plastic every year. In fact, it's going to accumulate to such a degree that scientists are now thinking that there's going to be a fossilized layer of plastic around the world, and that will be our sign that we were here as humans in this age, and that's quite a scary thought. So far the campaign has been absolutely fantastic. We got Straw Free Chester within a few months, and now the Plastic Free campaign is getting momentum all the time. We've got support from so many different organisations, so many different people, and so many businesses. The City of Chester has really kind of bought in to the idea of the campaign. Chester Zoo is a fantastic leaders, Chester University, and I say so many small independents and also big companies as well are really buying into the campaign in Chester. So in the future, we would like to obviously achieve Plastic Free Chester, and we're using Surfers Against Sewage's guidelines for achieving that. So we'd like to get get there, we'd like to become a plastic-free city, and if we manage that within the next kind of few weeks, or a few months, we should be the first northern city to achieve that, and the first inland city to achieve that, which should be a great achievement. But then after that, we'd like to go even further. Okay, we're at the present time we're following Surfers Against Sewage guidelines, which are fantastic, but there is more that we could do, and we'd like to try to encourage Chester to do more, encourage the business of Chester to do more, and then we'd like to move on to trying to make Chester zero waste. So trying to look at other waste which stuff that we're using, which perhaps we can try and cut back on, and try to reduce our waste footprint which we're producing in Chester. That would be the ultimate aim.